Hello everyone, and back to tuning into Terry Scholey's April 2023 forecast, brought to you via GavsWeatherVids. April 2023 preamble and forecast. Firstly, thanks to all the folks who sent comments on Gav's channel about the March and spring forecast. If anyone would like to find out more about how these predictions are made, then please get in touch. I mentioned 1981 in my forecast on Friday the 31st of March. Bob's your uncle. The BBC reported that parts of the country have had their wettest March since, you have guessed it, 1981. But that doesn't mean the coming month will be similar to April 1981, although we should see some similar characteristics. April 1981 will be remembered for a remarkable spell of snowy, wintry weather into the final week. At my station near Nottingham, snow lay 4 inches deep at midday on Sunday the 26th in a blizzard that lasted for 2 days. Both the other two solar-lunar matching years in the late 19th century were colder than normal Aprils, one by more than 2 Celsius below average. But we must take into account that things have warmed by more than 1 degree Celsius since these times, so any possible occurrence of late wintry weather probably needs to be watered down a little. These two solar-lunar matching years, however, although both cold, didn't show similar characteristics. So what will April 2023 really be like? I also said to expect a preponderance of winds between north and east from about now until around the middle of May, with many of the latest models now up until mid-April largely confirming this. High pressure was also a feature, and therefore much of the first half of April should be drier than we have been used to recently. Winds from the northeastern quarter at this time of year are still often cold, but can produce some lovely spring days, albeit with a chilly wind. Clear skies at night, though, often lead to frost, which should be more frequent than normal, some of which could locally be quite sharp. On the other hand, these winds can bring low cloud and mist off the North Sea, particularly to eastern areas, giving some cold, raw grey days. I expect a mixture of both. The east and south will also be subject to a few showers, occasionally, which could turn wintry, especially on higher hills. Occasionally, though, the system may break down as depressions off the Atlantic try to invade, bringing showers chiefly to the west, but these may be preceded by brief, warmer, more spring-like intervals. Lows may also pass to the north, bringing patchy rain mainly to the northern half of Scotland. For the second half of the month, confidence is lower owing to the period between the 23rd and the 28th of April, which is a forecaster's nightmare and full of variability. We have already seen what it can produce, but sometimes these winds can bring warm air from the east and southeast, with showers, some heavy and thundery in the south. What could happen this year, that depressions may try to invade from the south or southwest, ahead of which, or around mid-April, could produce a spell of very raw east-northeast winds, bring wintry showers, perhaps even snow, mostly on hills and probably mainly to the north and east. This could then be followed during the third week, especially in the south, by a much warmer or milder, but probably still unsettled, but spring-like interval before cold air probably returns from the north. So could the period between the 23rd and the 28th of April produce a late wintry spell as it did in 1981? Yes, it could, but I'm sticking my neck out a little by suggesting that parts of southern and perhaps central Europe could become unusually warm around this time, but just to the north would be much colder Arctic air, with our shores probably on the periphery of the two. So it's a difficult one, but I rather suspect that we'll end up with a chilly wind and some showers, perhaps heavy and thundering in the south, before colder air returns yet again from the north. In a drier month, particularly the first half, the north and west should be drier and sunnier relative to normal than the east and south. Despite the cold spells, the mean average temperature for most shouldn't be too far from normal, with the lowest values likely to be along North Sea coast and the highest anomalies in the west and south. Reasonably happy with the first half, but definitely fingers crossed for the second. As ever, keep smiling. Terry Scholey, 31st of March 2023. If you'd like to see more forecasts from Terry and from Gav, then please subscribe to our channel, and thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.